Utah Congressman Jason Chaffetz. He is chairman of the House Oversight Committee. Congressman, good to have you here this evening.
Thanks,
a lot buzzing this evening about investigations. What can you tell us?
Well, what we are going to do is send a letter tonight to the Inspector General. Mishandling of classified information is something we have been keenly concerned about in a variety of settings. But you have not only the President's communications, the National Security Advisor, it happened before, potentially happened before the President was actually sworn in. But you can't mishandle classified information. And so we want the Inspector General to dive into that issue as he can do at the Department of Justice and look under the hood and find out the truth behind this.
All right, so what are you digging in for? You're trying to figure out whether or not General Flynn was translating any confidential information to the Russians prior to the election?
Well, but we want the Inspector General to also look at how does that information end up at the news media. You know, if you have classified information, sensitive information like that, there are policies and procedures for handling that. The President has made some very serious allegations and concerned in his description of the movement of this information. We want the Inspector General, Michael Horowitz, is widely regarded on both sides of the aisle as a person of great integrity, to get in there and go find this out, because no matter where you are in the political spectrum, you cannot have classified information migrating out into a non-classified setting. And so if there's been something that's been mishandled, we want them to look at it.
So just to be clear, you're looking at it on both sides of the equation, because a lot of people, you know, they see you and they equate you with the Hillary Clinton investigation. You were very concerned that classified information may have passed from her hands, even dealings with Russia we talked about at that time. So you would apply that same measure to General Flynn as well?
Well, yes, and we also sent a separate letter concerned to the White House, concerned about what the visuals that we saw of the President in Mar-a-Lago. Again, was classified information mishandled there? I think the standard is still the same. You have a duty and an obligation, because by its very nature, if that classified information gets out there, it could harm somebody, it could kill somebody. This is serious stuff. And there are some questions and concerns about how in Florida did they have the proper security protocols set up in place to deal with that classified information. Same with Hillary Clinton, same with Donald Trump, and same with, you know, those in the intelligence world or at the Department of Justice who get to see this information. They just can't hand it out like candy in favors to those in the news media. You can't do that.
What about President Trump's assertion that he thinks that it's a criminal act in terms of the way that this information, and potentially someone like Ben Rhodes, who was just mentioned in that story, well, is he somebody that you would like to talk to? Do you expect to have hearings on this and bring in people from the former people from the Obama administration?
Well, I think the fair way to do it, to make sure that you get to the truth in an impartial way, is to make sure that the Inspector General is leading out on it. They have tools, they have access. It does, to give you an idea, in all of federal government, there are 72 Inspectors General. But they have 13,000 employees. At the Department of Justice alone, they have roughly 500 people working at the Department of Justice as the Inspector General to get in there and go find the truth.
All right, so you want them to go first, and then I would assume you're going to likely follow up later.
Yeah, we're going to follow up,
Chairman Chaffetz, thank you very much. Good to have you here tonight.